Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com with the South Carolina College Baseball scoreboard for Sunday, March the 9th. And I'm also going to do a little look back at the past weekend and also give you my weekly award winners. So first off, on Sunday in the scoreboard, how about Presbyterian? They beat Alabama 11-8, handed the Crimson Tide their first loss of the season after 16 wins. A bases loaded walk drove in the go-ahead run, and the Blue Hose scored 5 runs in the sixth inning to go ahead. Sean Hollister pitched 4 2/3 innings of solid relief to help. He got the win, and he helped the Crimson Tide, helped keep the Crimson Tide down in that game. A nice win for Coach Elton Pollock and his team. Elsewhere, Charleston Southern beat Elon 7-5. They completed a 3-game sweep over the Phoenix up in Burlington. Clemson was trailing Davidson 4-0 after 5.5 innings. They scored 2 in the sixth. They got 8 in the seventh, and they went on to an 11-4 win. The Tigers were down 4-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Cam Canarella hit a 3-run homer to put them ahead 5-4, and they just pulled on out from there. The Tigers are now 15-1, have won 13 straight games. Coastal Carolina got a big win up at East Carolina. They won that series 2-1 with a 4-3 win in 10 innings today. The Chanticleers were up 3-1 in the bottom of the ninth, gave up 2 runs. The potential winning run was there, but they could not get it into the ninth. Then Blagan Pado, P-A-D-O, hope I'm pronouncing his name right, hit a home run in the 10th, and the Chanticleers held on. They're now 12-4. Riley Eckhoff was very effective for them on the mound in his start. College of Charleston won the rubber game of its series with Appalachian State 11-4. They went 2-1 in that series. Benedict came from behind to beat Edward Waters in 10 innings on Saturday, but on Sunday, the Tigers from Edward Waters down in Jacksonville dominated in a couple of games. They won a completion of a Saturday game that was suspended because of darkness in the 5th inning. They won that one 21-4 in the completion of the game, and then won the regularly scheduled Sunday game 13-10 against Benedict. Gaston College got a series win over USC Union with an 11-0 win in 5 innings. Union had won the first game of the series, but Gaston College came back to win Game 2 on Saturday, and Sunday's game in a 5-inning affair, 11-0, as I mentioned. Wofford had the potential tying run on base at second base in the 9th inning, could not get it in, and lost to Kentucky 2-1. Kentucky won 2 out of 3 in that series. Wofford got a nice win on Saturday, scoring 8 runs in the 9th. In today's 9th inning, the Terriers had a runner on first, a batter up. Looked like he was hit by a pitch, but the umpire said that he stuck his elbow out to be hit by a pitch, and so they called him out on a strikeout. And just looking at it, I kind of thought he did stick his elbow out. Maybe not necessarily intentionally, but maybe as a reaction. Don't know. But again, they did call him out. Turned out to be the second out of the inning, and they Kentucky wound up holding on. Lander beat Augusta 9-4, completed a 3-game series sweep. The Bearcats went 4-0 for this past week. They also got a nice win over Wingate in the middle of the week. North Georgia completed a 3-game sweep of Claflin in the Peach Belt Conference. Lander and Augusta is also Peach Belt Conference, by the way. North Georgia won today's game 11-1 in 7 innings. Rashid Muhammad had 3 hits for the Panthers in that game. Northwestern came back to win the final 2 games of this series with the Citadel after dropping the first 2. Final score today was 10-7 over the Citadel down in Charleston. As I mentioned, Presbyterian, South Carolina and Morehead State had a pitcher's duel today. They had lots of runs scored on Friday and Saturday. Today, the only run scored on a bloop by Nathan Hall in the 5th inning. Gamecocks scored that 1 run and made it hold up to win 1-0. Several USC pitchers worked in the game. They had a little trouble with control, but they also had 9 strikeouts. Gamecocks have won 5 straight since losing that series to Clemson. Spartanburg Methodist beat St. Andrews 6-3 in the completion of a Saturday game that is suspended because of darkness. The Pioneers scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th to win it 6-3. And in Game 2, St. Andrews beat Spartanburg Methodist 7-5 in the regular scheduled game. Over in Spartanburg, Troy, number 19 in the country in the D1 baseball poll, beat USC Upstate 14-7 to take that series 2-1. USC Aiken in Peach Belt Conference play beat Georgia Southwestern 5-3. They won. The Pacers won 2 out of 3 in that series. In Region 10 Junior College, USC Lancaster beat USC Sumter 4-1 to win that series 2-1. Up in Wise, Virginia, Virginia Wise beat Anderson twice, 9-4 in Game 1, 4-2 in Game 2. They won 2 out of 3 in that South Atlantic Conference series. And the final game that was played on Sunday was Winthrop beating Cornell 10-4 over in Rock Hill. A couple of other things going on. My team of the week for this past week, March 3rd through 9th, I picked Lander. As I mentioned, they went 4-0. They have won 14 of their last 15 games, and the only loss was an extra inning loss to Flagler last Sunday. I also have my team rankings for each division. Clemson stayed number 1 in the Division I schools, NCAA Division I. In NCAA Division II, North Greenville. And NAIA and National Christian College Athletic Association schools, it is Columbia International. And in junior college, it is Florence Darlington Tech, which has won its last 6 games and now has 20 wins for the season. A couple of other tidbits from the weekend. Voorhees scored 55 runs in a series sweep of Philander Smith. The Tigers hit 14 home runs in 3 games, 7 homers in the first game of the series. They scored, as I said, 55 runs. They went 60 for 125 in the series. That's a .480 team batting average. And also that allowed Coach Norman O'Neill's team to even its record at 99 for the season. So right now Voorhees is playing well. Some of the other things that went on over the weekend is, of course, I mentioned North Greenville swept Emmanuel. Other winners for the weekend, good wins for them were... Well, let's just look and see. Bob Jones broke a losing streak on Saturday in Game 1 against Payne. He wound up losing the second game. Elsewhere, Coker had a nice series win against, or actually went 1-2 against Catawba. Francis Marion was 4-0 for the week. And Limestone 3-1, a couple of wins at Tusculum. And... USC Lancaster 3-1 for the week. And other than that, everybody was, like a game above 500 or below 500, like that. One interesting little thing, at least I think it was interesting, I was in Columbia this past weekend, Saturday night. My granddaughter, participating in a bowling tournament, and we were eating in the Vista area, and I saw some folks with Morehead State gear on, and of course that's who South Carolina was playing. So as I was leaving the restaurant, I went over and spoke to him, talked to him about the Morehead State, and as it turns out, the gentleman there was Tyler Jackson. He's assistant head coach at Morehead State. He's a former assistant coach at North Greenville and a couple of other places, and he also played for Monty Lee at College of Charleston. And the interesting thing is, he said he thought he recognized me from my Twitter feed, or X feed as it is now. But it was kind of nice to talk to someone who has followed my efforts on PalmettoStateBaseball.com. If you ever see me out, please say hey. If you ever see anything you want me to do differently, if you have suggestions of what what you want me to do, let me know. Rudy Jones at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Not much going on the schedule tomorrow except for a couple of junior college games and some junior varsity games, but the schedule will pick up on Tuesday. Also looking ahead a little bit, conference play begins for Clemson, South Carolina, Coastal Carolina, and the Big South Conference this coming weekend. So those schools will be getting ready to see how they can line up in their conference races. That's all I've got for now on Sunday night. I appreciate your listening to this and following my stuff at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. This is Rudy Jones saying, have a good night and God bless.